Afternoon, guys. Sorry for not following up the last video as quickly as I wanted to. Uh, I got a little bit sunburned last week and I didn't really feel like it. Okay, so everything's fine. Let's get on with it. Last week, in our last video, we synced Reaper and Tape 16 together using the LTC timecode generator. And if you haven't seen the last video, I suggest you go and watch this, or this will not make any sense. Okay? First things first, we have our overhead soloed because I've only got a 2-channel audio interface, and that's all explained in the previous video as well. I'm going out of output 2 on the audio interface and coming back in on channel 1 of the audio interface. Okay, let's go and prepare tape 16. We need to bring it in on input 1, set it to record, and mute to avoid the feedback loop. And over to Reaper for a second. First thing we do, drag a send from our sampler track to the overhead track and set the output. No, we don't. We knock the Midi off first of all, no Midi, and we create a new hardware output to output 2 on the overhead track. I was playing guitar. Let me just see if the signal is okay before I actually take it off sync a second. And just let me see, am I getting a signal in through channel 1? And I am. Let me turn it up a little. Okay, that's fine. Stop it again and re-enable it. Okay, I think that's us ready to go. Have we forgotten anything? Over to tape 16, or to arm record, and spacebar to kick it off. Let's see how we do. There we go. And I will pause it and come back in at the end of 64 bars. I'll jump in for a moment. Quite an interesting comment the other day, suggesting that one good application for this would be to fire off external synths and drum machines from Reaper using all the Midi capabilities that Reaper has and re-record it back into tape 16, which is a very good idea. Okay, we'll come back in a moment. Okay, we're coming up to the end now. Reaper will put itself into pause. There you go. And spacebar to stop tape 16. Take it out of record, leave it on mute, and unassign it if you like. I see the snares on. Let me just put that off also. I have assigned my A key as a rewind and a shift key on my little finger. Quite a handy little shortcut. Okay. Let's do it once more. We need to take our overheads out of solo and put the room into solo. It's coming out on channel 1. We can not put this away now for the moment. We don't need it. I mentioned you will see the little golden yellow bar, which indicates where your LTC is sitting. And if you stop it here using the stop button, it disables it. If you enable it again, you will see the yellow bar appearing at the beginning. Okay, let's kill our outputs from the sampler to the overhead track and do it again for the room. Our room is soloed, so drag a send into the room, disable the Midi, very important, as we don't want Midi seeping through the audio channels. and destroying everything. Okay, and then another thing I forgot to mention was there's no output from the master. As you see, nothing goes to the master. It goes directly out to the hardware output of your audio interface. And it's just ready to go again. Okay, back to the room. Input on input 1. Set to record. Set to record and mute to avoid the feedback. And we're ready to go. Or making sure that this is active. I tend to forget this quite often. You will too, don't worry. Or to record on tab 16 and spacebar to kick it off. And there we go. What I didn't do this time, and it doesn't really matter, we can do some messing with it now. I didn't use any of Reaper's VSTs or any other VSTs. Perhaps we can have a look and see if there's a, we're on a room, could we crush it or something like that? Yeah, let's just put a simple crush on it, just for handiness. Is there a preset? Could have used one on the overheads. I'll just use this. I'll use the New York bus and give ourselves 1 or 2 dB of reduction. Okay. We could have also used Reaper's reverb, which is a very nice reverb also. And knocked it into a high pass or something like that. These are all available to you. We can't use these inside tab 16, but we can use them here. You might even want to take an insert at some stage, an external piece of hardware. Okay, we're coming up near the end. I'll pause it. Okay, coming up to the end. Reaper will put itself into pause. We need to stop tab 16. Press bar. Take it out of record. A to rewind, and my shift key on my little finger. Really nice little shortcut. It's quite handy. Okay, stop the time code on Reaper. If you want, you can take it off this for the moment. We don't need this for the moment, and we just have a standard play button. W to rewind in Reaper, as you know. Not to rewind, I'm sorry, to return the tape head to 0. It comes back here. Okay. We can take our comp and all these outputs off and our sends and save it. Okay, we're in a nice spot now. Okay, let's see, we've got mute, 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 mute. Let's just see if everything's working. We should have kick snare, overhead, and room here. I'll just check that they're all in sync. That's perfect. And it's quite nice, actually. Yes, that has worked really nicely. So if you'd like to try that, guys, any problems, go back and watch the previous video, and all will be explained there. I will answer any questions you have in the comments. Maybe we'll do a bit of recording directly in the next time to satisfy our next 2 tracks, our bass and guitar. And a short one this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again in the next one. Bye bye.